Good morning, everyone. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a twin flame reading. So this is a series of channeled messages for the Twin Flame Collective. And I say a series because I do try to channel as many hyper-specific different messages for different individuals throughout these readings as possible. So if you would like me to channel specific messages for you and for your individual situation with your twin flame, please be sure to click the subscribe button and the like button on this video, because by liking and subscribing to this channel, you are actually virtually sending your energy to me wherever you are on this planet at this time, or really whatever time you are listening to this reading, and I'm able to actually pick up on your energy and channel more specific messages for you and for your situation. I've actually found, since asking you to do that at the beginning of the videos, I've really been able to channel very specific messages that tend to resonate more deeply with individuals than before I started doing this. So thank you so much to all of you who are here, sharing your energy, sharing your time, co-creating these messages, this information, and really this entire channel, building this whole community here together. I am so grateful for this beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings we are building here together on YouTube. So the first thing I'm going to do here is shuffle my energy oracle cards deck as usual. And I'm going to set my own intentions out loud for this reading. During this reading, my intention is to channel clear, specific messages for the Twin Flame Collective and for twin flames who will be drawn to this video. What do twin flames listening to this video need to know at this time? Okay, so let's just get into the messages here. The first card that flew out is Healer of the Ages in the reverse position. This card is also the number 51 card, and I have been seeing a bit of the number 5151 recently. So if any of you have been seeing that number, I am going to go ahead and actually look up this number and see if I can channel any messages about what this number might be saying to those of you who are seeing it. Wow, guys. Okay, the number 5151 indicates that there is a major change to be taking place in the matter of love. It could either be the beginning of love in your life or the ending of problems in your love life. Whatever the situation is, always remain positive and optimistic to draw the power to thrive in your life. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy, because I've been speaking so much recently on a cycle ending, a new beginning coming, especially for many in the collective. There is a divine masculine who has been very present in many of these readings, who wants to usher in, to bring in this new beginning. So I do want to read a little bit from the guidebook about this card to see if we can channel any future messages about this change that we're bringing in within this twin flame love connection. When reversed, the Healer of the Ages indicates that you've been feeling extremely out of sorts or even upside down in your own life. Well, I think a lot of us have been feeling that kind of chaotic energy recently, especially with the recent Mercury retrograde that we just went through. I know many of you have been leaving comments sharing about ways in which your connection has felt painful or chaotic, or there have just been a lot of intense events that have taken place in the last few weeks or the last few months. This is really interesting. So this card is indicating that someone could be feeling in this connection chaotic, out of sorts, but I'm kind of getting a past present energy from that kind of chaos, meaning I feel this energy is shifting, and I see that confirmed with the number 5151, indicating this change coming in, this powerful shift coming in. And I've actually been feeling this and channeling this kind of message of change, an energetic shift, for a few weeks now, for those of you who've been following my readings. I do want to see if I can channel more specific messages about this change that we're bringing in. So what is changing in this twin flame connection? What new beginning is coming, or what is shifting in a positive direction? The card that came out from the Romance Angels deck is This Could Be the One. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. For some reason, I heard part of this powerful shift coming in could be a deeper conscious confirmation to either one or both twins about the truth of this connection. And I say conscious confirmation because what I'm saying here is I feel that... Okay, so now I'm just going to go off on this tangent because earlier today I was reading some comments and I saw a few comments asking me to speak on the matrix twin flame and the so-called spiritual twin flame, this kind of concept of one twin flame being more entrenched in the physical 3D matrix than the other. And of course, all of this serves a higher level spiritual purpose within this twin flame connection. And I was considering doing a podcast video on that subject. So do let me know if that's something you're interested in, or perhaps that's something I'll even record later today if I get the time. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel that if you kind of connect with the idea of one twin being potentially, well, I hate to say less awakened because it sounds judgmental, but to... one twin flame going through a spiritual awakening process in the physical before the other, most generally. Again, this isn't always the case, but this does usually happen. And therefore, one twin flame is considered the more awakened or the more spiritual twin, and the other is sometimes referred to as the matrix twin or the twin in the matrix. So if you kind of resonate with this, I do feel the twin who is or has been more so in the matrix or less awakened or awakening later, however you want to refer to this dynamic, I feel that twin specifically is during this time actually consciously connecting with the spiritual truth of this twin flame connection. It's like they may have not consciously realized just how profound or powerful or intense or spiritual this connection they were dealing with was because of being more in the matrix or more entrenched or fixated on this physical reality than the other twin who was more awakened. So do let me know if you want to hear more information on the matrix twin and the spiritual twin, although I might just be recording an episode later today regardless, so stay tuned for that. But with this could be the one. It's almost like this has always been the one, but one twin is going to be realizing that in a more powerful way. So I want to know more information about this shift because I feel like there's more going on here. I feel like this is only part of the story, and I want to know what other shifts are going to be taking place. I'm actually feeling guided to the Lover's Oracle. Also, the word dropped came out from my love word scramble, and for some reason I heard when I heard the word dropped, it made me think of a potential third party or karmic situation that could be like dropped. I also heard the word ghosted, almost as though someone in this connection, again, this will not be everyone, but if you've been dealing with a person who is stuck in some kind of karmic situation that is playing itself out by this person, this twin flame, connecting with a third party romantically, I feel like it's like this person, I'm hearing this is going to be literally like dropped, like ended. And this, again, won't be for everyone, but for some listening, I'm just channeling this message of like ghosted, dropped, like that cycle broken, ended forever. But I'm also kind of hearing on the other side a divine feminine in this situation because I do feel it's the masculine for many who are connecting with this, who is dealing with this karmic situation that's going to be ghosted, going to be dropped, going to be ended, a cycle broken. But I do feel if that is your situation, that there is a divine feminine also on the other side of many of these situations who is going to struggle to trust that that cycle is really broken. I know that's kind of a little bit of a tangent message there, but just something I'm channeling intuitively. Okay, so a card that came out in the Lover's Oracle is don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And I'm kind of getting goosebumps just reading this message. I do feel that there is an energy I'm connecting with, someone who is very sensitive, very empathic, but because of that actually struggles to set boundaries with well-meaning people. Well, maybe not all well-meaning, but mostly well-meaning people in their life, potentially friends, family, people around them who do not understand their spiritual awakening and specifically their twin flame path. And I feel that these people are, and this actually came out in a recent reading as well, but just to kind of elaborate on those previous messages, I feel that these people, these other, well, let's just call them third parties. I don't sense that they're romantic in this case, but just like people who are in some way interfering energetically or attempting to interfere with this twin flame connection. I'm hearing that someone is almost allowing, it's like I'm hearing spirits say you don't even realize how powerful or spiritual or intuitive or guided you are. And you are allowing, someone I'm connecting with here is allowing these other people who are less awakened, less spiritual, to actually convince them away from their twin flame path and what they know to be true about this connection. And you're being asked at this time, one powerful shift you're going through is to develop the confidence. Yeah, the thinking woman came out, so this is probably a divine feminine we're dealing with, but to develop the confidence within yourself to set strong boundaries with these people around you who could be less spiritual or trying to somehow pull you off or veer you off your spiritual path. This might not even have to do for some of you with the twin flame connection specifically. This could actually be people who are just trying to plant doubt. That is what I'm hearing, to plant doubt in your mind about your spiritual purpose here, what you know you came here to do, whether it's a certain career path, a spiritual business you want to start, some change you want to make in yourself or your life. You know what is best for you. The compass of your life is within you. It is your soul. It is your intuition. Follow that compass above all else. Do not allow yourself to be swayed or influenced by people around you who don't understand your vision. I'm feeling guided to share that really powerful quote about don't allow other people or don't expect other people to see your vision because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. Trust the vision you've been given. Trust what your intuition knows to be true about your soul purpose here on this planet, whether that's in regards to this twin flame connection or to anything else in your life. With this thinking woman in the upright position, by the way, some just words that came out in the word scramble as I was speaking were summer and Illinois, so some of that might connect with you in some way. I do like to kind of just share those random words that come out because sometimes I find those word scramble words connect with people in really powerful ways, but I know those will just be for specific individuals, so only take whatever resonates. But with this thinking woman in the upright position, I'm going to read a little bit about this. So, female of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. And I instantly heard like this person leading you to higher understanding is actually yourself, your higher self, your own intuition. As you delve deeper into this process of spiritual awakening, of coming into the truth, coming home to the truth of who you truly are at a soul level, you are going to confuse people around you, or people around you are going to try to implant doubts into your mind. Stay focused, stay fixated on your vision, on your soul's vision for yourself and for your life. That message is really being emphasized here. I want to see, I feel like there could be kind of one more shift going on here. So what is another powerful shift that twin flames are going to be experiencing at this time? Whoa, okay. Door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse position. I'm really curious as to why this card is reversed. Some cards that came out in the word scramble, by the way, were jump and college, which for some reason is making me think someone I'm connecting with might be considering like dropping out of college or has dropped out of college, or there might be something to do with college coming up here. Again, this won't be everyone, just some specific person. Now, with this door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse, this card in the guidebook says, you may be feeling stuck where your personal intentions are concerned. Self-mastery and discipline may be hard to achieve right now, or specific plans for personal change may be blocked. Remember that your intentions, guys, this is the message I can tell. Remember that your intentions need to be clear and unconflicted. I'm hearing this card strongly connect with these messages we were just speaking on about these potential external influences trying to plant doubt in your mind, trying to lead you away from your spiritual path, either with your twin or just in your life, trying to convince you away from something your soul knows to be true. And I'm seeing it's like there are all these people, it's like the metaphorical hermit crabs, right? Where they talk about one hermit crab trying to escape from a cage or a jar or whatever, and it can escape, but the other hermit crabs will start trying to latch onto it, trying to pull it down. And I see these people in your life, just to be kind of blunt here, they're kind of like these hermit crabs, and you are trying to climb out of this physical 3D matrix. You are trying to make something new for yourself, to usher in this new beginning spiritually, to live a more spiritually aligned life, whether that is in regards to your twin or just in regards to your life generally. And there are going to be people, even potentially people who are well-meaning, who tear you down, who try to plant doubt in your mind, who try to pull you back down into that physical 3D matrix. And you are so strongly being guided here to not allow these people to influence you away from what your soul knows to be true. And the key to doing that with this door to personal healing and happiness reversed is to remain strong in your own mind and clear about your own intentions. Your intentions must be clear and unconflicted, because if they are not, if you have muddy or cloudy intentions, you are going to be negatively influenced by these people around you. I know this is kind of a strange, not necessarily love-related message, but I do feel that for twin flames connecting with this reading, that message will be really essential. If you are in this situation of sensing intuitively these external influences who are trying to kind of pull you back down into the physical 3D matrix, or trying to kind of negatively influence you in some way, I would also really recommend establishing a morning meditation practice. In fact, this is truly the best thing you can do for yourself along this spiritual path, to truly ground your energy, ground yourself, clear your energy, because other people energetically, especially when you are very empathic, very highly sensitive, meaning you naturally have more fluid energetic boundaries with other people. When you are this kind of empathic, sensitive person, it's very easy for other people's negative energies to infiltrate your own aura, your own energy field. So energetic hygiene, meaning daily energy clearing, is especially important for you, all of my beautiful empathic souls listening to this reading. I have created a 7-chakra clearing subliminal that is really powerful for empowering those of you who are highly sensitive, highly empathic. This subliminal meditation contains 7 binaural beat frequencies that resonate with each of the 7 main energy centers, the main chakra centers within your aura, within your energy field. And by immersing yourself in these different binaural beat frequencies, these very high level frequencies, you essentially clear your aura, clear your energy field of these negative energies from others that have a tendency to latch onto you or to bring you down in some way, or even just negative energies that you absorb from your environment, either your social environment or your physical environment or your work environment, whatever the case may be. I personally started using this 7-chakra clearing back in November, and back then I actually had less than 1,000 subscribers, and I was still living from my own perspective, feeling very unfulfilled on a soul level. I just felt like there was so much more for me, but felt myself so influenced negatively by people around me, by the doubts of other people, that I struggled to really cultivate that core confidence, that strong magnetic energy that would allow me to attract what I wanted to attract and create in my life. And I truly believe listening to this 7-chakra clearing subliminal was the single most best thing that I ever did for myself, because it allowed me to take my meditation practice to the next level, to truly clear my energy, to really develop a strong vision for myself, and really magnetize my energy for everything I wanted to create in my life. So this 7 chakra clearing is available on my website, soundandsoulful.com. As you can see on the screen, on this website, I have over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So subliminals for appearance, for love and relationships, for mood shifts, for manifestation, for mind power. And specifically for twin flames, I even have an entire section of subliminals dedicated specifically to the twin flame path. So any subliminals I recommend during this reading, including this 7 chakra clearing, are linked under this video in the pinned comment and the description box. You can try out any of those subliminals completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. Okay, so now that we've kind of read into some of these initial energies for twin flames, I do want to speak more specifically to the love and romance aspect of this connection, because obviously being a twin flame is so much more than love and romance. There are a lot of elements to the twin flame path. It's a highly spiritual, divine path that includes triggering one another's spiritual awakening and continuing to catalyze that awakening, speed up that awakening throughout the process. There is deep soul level expansion that happens as a result of twin flames connecting. But there, of course, is also the love and romance element, which we haven't really touched on much so far in this reading. By the way, I did just see the number 2121 on my recording timer, and you guys know whenever I see a repeating number, I have to know how it connects with the reading. So I'm just going to quickly look up that number to see what message we get from it. Angel number 2121 indicates that your thoughts are like seeds that are about to sprout and are a sign that things will be going in your desired direction. There may be some wonderful opportunities or new directions that will lead to fulfillment and personal happiness. For some reason, the phrase that stood out to me was new direction, leading to fulfillment of a desire. It's almost as though, and this has been coming through a lot for those of you who have been following my recent readings, but this message has been coming through of, you have, by the way, as I was speaking, once again, another repeating number, the number 2222 showed up on my timer, a number of true alignment, especially on the twin flame path. But anyway, as I was saying, I've been channeling this message a lot recently of there being some specific outcome that many twin flames have desired, some kind of reunion, some kind of deepening of the connection in the physical, or some change, or something that has been desired for a long time. However, this plan or this thing that you desired, I feel for many in the collective, the last few weeks or the last few months, everything was turned on its head. Some plan that you had to achieve this thing or to reach this reunion or whatever this thing was didn't come to pass or didn't work out the way that someone expected it to. Things were really turned on their head. There was a lot of upheaval, change that was very unexpected. However, the message I've now been channeling is that thing you desired to achieve, create, build, have with your twin flame in the physical is possible and was always possible. It's just that that plan you had created to reach that goal was actually not your soul's highest plan. It wasn't the divine path. It was built through ego in some sense. Your ego wanted things to play out in the physical in that exact way, in that set of clear-cut steps or on that timeline. And your soul essentially was leading you in some different direction, which has led to all this upheaval and change. However, what I'm hearing is you can still and will still achieve that future with your twin. However, it won't happen the way that your ego thought it was going to happen or on the timeline that your ego created for that goal, for that reunion, whatever the case may be. Okay, so now I'm going to be speaking specifically to the divine feminine. By the way, for those of you who have been connecting with this feeling of something not going according to plan, a lot of upheaval, feeling uprooted, chaotic, in regards specifically to your twin flame, to this twin flame path, the subliminal I would recommend most highly for you, and really my favorite and most powerful of all my twin flame subliminals, is my 7 chakra twin flame clearing. I personally listen to the music version of this most days, nearly every single day, and I found that by listening, I feel so clear in my energy field, and not just in my energy, but in my thoughts, in my mind. I literally feel it raising my vibration, truly allowing me to let in greater unconditional love, because unconditional love is always available to us, both from our twin and just from the universe. We always have the ability to allow love in, but very often we energetically block ourselves off. And within the twin flame connection, this blocking off of unconditional love leads to manifested disconnect between twin flames, whether it's perpetuating a running and chasing dynamic, whether it's creating some situation of perceived separation, either physically or emotionally, whatever the case may be. And I found that through meditating, especially by visualizing while listening to this twin flame 7 chakra clearing, I have been able to profoundly deepen my connection with my twin. Even though we are in reunion, I find that our connection continues to deepen profoundly as I listen to this specific subliminal, especially while visualizing. So I would also recommend, as you listen, to really visualize yourself connecting with your twin flame in some kind of a meaningful way. And you'll find it easier to visualize these things while you're listening because of the subliminal affirmations embedded within this track, as well as the different binaural beat frequencies clearing your energy. I personally find it much easier to visualize while listening to subliminals than attempting to meditate without them. So again, this twin flame 7 chakra clearing is linked in the pinned comment and the description box under this video. As I was speaking there, the card that flew out is Appreciation in the reverse position. Very interesting that this is the number 15 card, because we just had the number 51. So there's a lot of 1s and 5s coming out in this reading. I wonder if any of you have been seeing those numbers as well. The words that came out for this reading, by the way, were Sally, copy, and hill, if any of those connect with you specifically. And I am just going to read a little bit about this card from the guidebook. The Appreciation card reversed is warning that you're missing some important opportunities. You've gotten caught up in prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. This is really interesting because now we're, of course, speaking to the divine feminine in the physical 3D world. You guys know I like to channel first physical 3D messages and the messages from the divine feminine and divine masculine's higher self, soul self. But in this case, I feel for this divine feminine, it's like I hear her responding to that message saying, things have been so hard for me lately. I can't help but feel or be fixated on this negativity. These negative thoughts and feelings are literally like those brambles from the guidebook message I just read that are getting, it's like they're sticking to her and hurting her and like latching onto her. And latching onto her energetically, it's like I can intuitively see these negative feelings and thoughts latching onto this divine feminine's energy, kind of dampening, dimming her beautiful, bright, powerful aura. I want to get more messages about this. So why is this divine feminine feeling negative? What are these metaphoric brambles of negativity coming up for this divine feminine? Journey in the upright position. I just heard, I didn't want to leave, but I had no choice. Again, I don't feel like this will be everyone, but there was some situation of a divine feminine feeling really painted into a corner, is the expression I wanted to say, or backed into a corner, when it comes to feeling like they had to disconnect, to leave, separate, something like that from this connection. And you guys know this is a message that's been coming up a lot recently, which makes sense because, of course, not every day are the messages going to be completely different from day to day, because these energies can often remain a bit stagnant from one day to the next. By the way, do you guys enjoy these daily readings? Let me know in the comments, because I know that sometimes for twin flames specifically, the energy, it's like many things about the energy can stay the same from day to day, but I do try to channel new messages as I can for specific people throughout these readings. So let me know if you enjoy getting daily readings, or if you would prefer like a weekly update or something like that. So more messages that came out. So 30 was one of the words that came out in the love scramble. So someone could be 30 years old. Also parallel, which is really interesting. I'm not sure how parallel connects to this reading. So I want to know why this divine feminine chose to separate or take this journey of some kind. I feel a lot of pain associated with this journey card. It's like this is the negativity, this feeling of not having a choice in the matter or something, like I had to leave. Or this divine feminine perceives they didn't really have a choice, like they were pushed into a corner when it came to needing to leave or disconnect. Okay, so 2 cards came out and I instantly heard, you think it's the beginning, or you think it's the end, but it's really the beginning. And I actually heard this coming from this divine feminine's higher self, because the Sun card came out in the reverse position, and this symbolizes in the upright position a new beginning. So I'm sensing that there was a new beginning delayed, manifestation delayed, frustration over feeling as though this thing that this divine feminine wanted with her masculine within this connection didn't happen on her timeline or how she thought it should happen, or things happened that even pushed her to feel like she had no choice but to separate, to disconnect, to leave. And what I'm hearing here is with these 2 cards, it's like, because the next card is door to romance in the upright position. So it's like this divine feminine from her physical 3D perspective is perceiving a situation as an ending. It may even very much look like an ending, like I'm hearing it could be a literal breakup, a move. Something felt very final for some divine feminine about this shift. Very final and very painful. However, with this door to romance, it's like this perceived ending was actually the opening of a new door, the opening of a new beginning. Yeah, the word location came out on the love scramble. So I do feel for many, this did involve a move or a change in physical location, although I know this won't be everyone. Since we're kind of already speaking a little bit to this divine feminine's higher self, I want to go ahead and channel more messages from her. Okay, so what is this divine feminine feeling or thinking on a higher self level? Yeah, I'm just strongly feeling like a divine feminine who felt like she was pushed into a corner, and because of this feels out of her power, like disempowered, feels like I didn't have the power to do anything in this situation. If you are this divine feminine who is feeling powerless, do remember that feeling powerful and strong has to start from within. If you're feeling disempowered, very often the ego likes to tell us that someone stole our power, someone forced us to give away our power. But that's never truly the case. That is always the lie the ego tells us. We always have power, inner power, limitless power within ourselves. And very often divine feminines forget this because of the ways we are societally programmed to give away our power, to over self-sacrifice, to self-depreciate. Like self-deprecating humor is just one example of how divine feminines give away their power by kind of making fun of themselves or talking negatively about themselves, even as a joke. Remember that your mind, especially your subconscious, does not recognize jokes. You are always listening to you, essentially, and your energy is affected by the words that you speak about yourself. So if you are this divine feminine feeling disempowered, powerless, or backed into a corner, I would really recommend my subliminal called the Awakened Divine Feminine. This is designed to completely undo all of that negative societal programming that convinces divine feminines away from their own power. Usually at such a young age, they aren't even aware this kind of negative programming is happening to them. We learn to give away our power as divine feminines often before we even are old enough to understand our power. And this subliminal is really created to magnetize your energy once more, to really allow you to radiate that magnetic, that effortlessly magnetic, that ability to effortlessly manifest anything you desire, both within your love connections and within your life. That really powerful, strong, and yet elegant, beautiful energy of the Divine Feminine. So the link to the Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal is in the pinned comment and description box. The card that came out just now is Man holding a heart in the reverse position. For some reason, I heard a Divine Feminine saying, I wanted you to have my heart, but now I'm taking it back. Like I hear the presence of ego saying, it's almost like this Divine Feminine left herself very vulnerable in this love connection. The word married and circle came out. For some reason, I also heard the word triangle, like love triangle, and potentially a marriage involved, either wanting a marriage with your person or there being a marriage to a third party. Again, I don't feel this will be for everyone, but this could be for some. Also, the year 2015 just came out as well. But I am hearing, just to circle back to that message, like a Divine Feminine saying, I wanted you to have my heart. I wanted to be vulnerable with you, to give you everything. But then it's like something happened. There's some breaking point. And this Divine Feminine now is hurt and can't help but be fixated on this negativity, these brambles of negativity we talked about earlier. And her ego is now dominating in order to protect her in this situation. It's like, no, I need to take my heart back from you. Even though it's like on a soul level, she knows this Divine Masculine is always going to have her heart. And I guess that's the message from this Divine Feminine's higher self. The card that came out is Storm Warning. By the way, this is the number 10 card, and I've been seeing a lot of the number 1010 lately. For some reason, okay guys, you know, I brought up the word circle earlier. For some reason, for someone, I heard the song Circles by Post Malone in my head, so that might connect with someone specifically. But with the 1010 angel number, this number, I'm just reading a little bit about it here, is about positivity and moving toward your higher purpose in life. And I feel like this Divine Feminine's higher self is like actually setting up this contrast. It's like there is this great divide between what this Divine Feminine knows and has always known on a soul level and what she has recently been experiencing with her twin in the physical. Because it's like with this storm warning, I see this like storm, this tornado, this hurricane of emotion, of intensity, of negativity just raging around this situation with her twin recently, especially in recent weeks or months. But then it's like her higher self here is saying totally the opposite, saying, stay optimistic, saying there is a higher purpose here. I just heard this Divine Feminine's higher self saying, yes, there is a storm, but you and your twin are above the storm clouds. It's like the storm kind of represents all of this raging emotion, intensity, confusion, whatever's going on in the physical 3D world. But then it's like this Divine Feminine's higher self is saying that above these storm clouds, metaphorically, the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine counterparts are like above all of this, energetically on this other plane, just the two of them. However, I feel because of everything that's happened in the physical, it's very easy for this Divine Feminine to forget that higher self level, that higher purpose to this twin flame connection, which is of course understandable because I feel she's been through a lot of emotional intensity and there's just been a lot going on in this connection recently that has caused a lot of hurt, a lot of confusion. I do just want to see if I can channel more specific messages from this Divine Feminine's higher self. The word shirt, collect, and plant came out. There might be something with someone gardening or having plants or something like that. Or someone might have, if you know your person in the physical, there might be something with someone left a shirt at someone's place or something like that. I feel like that could just be literally one person listening to this reading. I am trying to be more specific with these random channeled messages because these very specific things just come through sometimes. And I know it's probably only going to be for like one of the maybe few thousand of you who listen to this and connect with this. But I also want to channel those specific messages because I do feel they might be important. So the card that came out is Contract in the upright position. Whoa, wave of goosebumps here. I just heard a Divine Feminine saying, we chose this. We chose to experience this storm in the physical for the purpose of breaking a cycle, breaking a contract, and through breaking that contract, ushering in a new beginning together. It's almost like this situation that appears so negative and so painful to this feminine from her physical ego perspective was actually necessary to break some kind of karmic cycle or pattern and actually bring about exactly the thing or the reunion that she desired with her twin flame. The words that came out, by the way, were religious, ordinary, and sugar. I don't know if someone has the nickname sugar for their person, but with the religious card, the religious word, this is really interesting because last night I was doing a reading and the card religious factors came out. So there might be something to do with religion playing some kind of role in someone's spiritual awakening or in their connection with their twin. I just pulled a card from the Lover's Oracle. So again, we're speaking to or speaking through the divine feminine's higher self here. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Regardless of this physical separation or this 3D storm we are experiencing right now with the masculine in the physical, I hear this twin flame's higher self saying, we can rise above these circumstances. We can look down at this storm, these storm clouds from above the clouds, from this higher level. We can see this higher perspective. But with the close your eyes part of this message, I do strongly hear an admonishment or encouragement for this divine feminine I'm connecting with to establish some kind of meditation practice. Whatever resonates with you personally, just 15 or 20 minutes in the morning to clear your energy, to clear your mind, to visualize, because again, going back to having clear intentions, meditation is a great time to visualize those intentions, to implant that vision upon your mind. And I feel that is very important, especially right now, because I do feel there is a lot of negativity attaching itself to this feminine's aura, a lot of chaos going on in the physical, and literally the need for her to rise above energetically, to set clear intentions, to see above these storm clouds, and to remember on a soul level the higher purpose of all of this, the purpose, the intentions that she and the masculine created together for everything they're going through, the positive and even the negative. All of it holds a higher purpose, even when it doesn't seem that way in the physical at the time. That's kind of what I'm hearing for this divine feminine. So I am just going to see if I can channel any final messages from this divine feminine, and then I will speak to the divine masculine. So I want to see if there's anything else I can channel for this divine feminine, from this divine feminine's higher self. What does this divine feminine's higher self want to say? Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is really interesting. I don't think I've ever brought out this card before. For some reason, I'm hearing here a divine feminine kind of like longing or looking back fondly at the honeymoon, or what they consider to be the honeymoon phase of this connection. Actually, the message is, it's like this divine feminine's 3D physical self is longing for or missing this honeymoon phase with her twin. I feel for someone listening, it's like there was this time with your twin flame. I got the word rose, so they may have given you roses during this time. But there was a time when you and your twin were connecting in the beginning of meeting in the physical. And this is what we sometimes call the love bubble phase, this kind of honeymoon phase for twin flames, when they meet, experience all these powerful signs, and very often have this period of time where they are just in this state of never-ending bliss and joy and connection. And I hear a divine feminine's physical self longing for this time, but her higher self is saying that honeymoon phase wasn't just a period of time. It wasn't just something that happened once and now it's over forever and we have to miss it. That was actually a glimpse into the reunion that was possible for you with your twin, that is still possible for you with your twin. It's not something to miss and long for, but to intend and visualize and wish for with faith. To know that that period of time wasn't just this brief, idealistic, impossible time that can never happen again, but is actually it's like, I don't know how to find the physical words for this, but it's like that is the reunion that is possible for you with your twin. In fact, this love bubble phase we talk about very often is literally for that intention. It's like we intend with our twin flame to experience this period of time in which we are connecting in this blissful, joyous way at the beginning of our physical connection in order to give us a glimpse into what we are aiming at when it comes to physical reunion, what is possible for us. Yeah, that's kind of the message I'm getting for this divine feminine. So I am going to speak now to the masculine. Let's have a conversation with the divine masculine today. Feel free to take a deep grounding breath if you need to. I know those were a lot of intense messages, especially if you are a divine feminine connecting with some of that. So what does the masculine want to say from a 3D physical perspective? What is the masculine feeling in the physical at this time? For some reason, my throat just felt kind of tight, which sometimes indicates some kind of a throat chakra block. So there could be something with communication, like a lump in your throat kind of feeling. You know when you're so sad or like overwhelmed by emotion that you feel a lump in your throat, like it's kind of hard to speak? I feel like there could be a masculine who's kind of feeling this way. Also, the words education, flies, and date came out. There could be something with flying in an airplane recently for this masculine, or with date. For some reason I'm hearing, okay, this is a very specific message for one person, but if you are in separation with your masculine and you are a feminine, and your masculine, you are aware that he has other romantic interests or is dating, I feel there is a masculine, and this is just literally one person who's listening to this reading, but I feel you will know this message is for you if it is for you. But there was a masculine who tried to go on a date with someone else, and you're aware of this, by the way. If this message is for you, you know that your masculine is dating or seeing other people. But this date actually caused him overwhelming sadness and emotion, because it's like the whole time he was just thinking about the feminine and missing his divine feminine. It almost like made him realize to a greater degree how much this twin flame connection means to him, and how much he realizes he can't date other people and feel fulfilled. If this wasn't actually literally him going on a date, it was like, this could also apply because there could be a situation where a feminine separated or disconnected. So this masculine was confronted with the reality that it's like, I might be forced to date other people, or maybe the feminine is going to want me to just move on and date other people, but it's like they couldn't do it. It's like they can't even imagine dating other people. There's some message like that for someone listening. Again, I don't feel like those messages will be for everyone. So just take that if it connects to you in some way. Also, the name Lewis came out. So the card that just flew out is Garden and the Gates in the upright position. So for some reason, when I looked at this card, I instantly thought someone is watching you. So I feel that for some of you, if you're in a period of time where there's a disconnect with you and the masculine, I do sense him watching, like through social media, or his energy is like very heavy on you, but in some kind of like a virtual way. I want to know how this masculine might be watching you. The name Jimmy came out, and also Atlantic and Short, if those words connect with you in any way. But the financial constraints card came out in the reverse position. For some reason, I heard I want to break the silence. Like I'm watching you, but I want to break the silence. I feel if this message is for you, you have intuitively felt this as the divine feminine. It's like the silence, if there is a silence between you, it feels like very heavy. Again, that message won't be for everyone. I think that might just be for a handful of people. What else is this masculine feeling? Strategy in the reverse position, and Magician and the Mirror in the reverse position. For some reason with strategy reversed, I heard like I'm losing control or nothing is going according to plan. So I want to know, why does this masculine feel as though he's losing control? How is this masculine losing control in this situation? Victory in the reverse position. I'm going to actually read a little bit about this card. This card reversed signals a delay or reversal in a hoped-for outcome, whether it's in personal change or external achievement. For some reason I heard it's like, okay, this is kind of a strange message, but what I'm hearing from this masculine is, so we have already spoken about how the feminine, for many in the collective, wanted this thing that didn't come about in the way she wanted it to happen. But what she doesn't realize is that the masculine actually parallels this goal. In his heart and soul, he actually wanted the same thing, the same outcome, and was just as like equally in pain when this thing didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, or the way that they had planned for it to happen, or the way it looked like it was going to happen. However, the ironic thing is, I do strongly feel for many masculines, it's almost as though he did things in the physical that looked as though he was working against this thing happening. I know this is kind of a strange message, but I know someone's going to connect with this. It's like this masculine worked against this victory, worked against this hoped for outcome in the physical, but it was some form of self-sabotage. And now that this thing has, like this situation has turned on its head, or there's now been some disconnect or some intensity that's gone on, this masculine now feels regrets over the ways in which he worked against the very thing that he wanted. That's kind of like the message I'm getting here. I do want to get more specifics because that's a very interesting kind of energy going on here. And I know some of you are going to want more information about that. So 2 words that came out were almost and deal. Interesting. For some reason, I heard this masculine could have made some kind of deal like with himself or with another person. Like, this is so strange. I don't even really know how to explain what I'm feeling from this deal word, but it's almost like, it's okay. So for someone, it's almost like this masculine was saying like, once this, and this happens in the physical, then I will work towards deepening this connection, or we will move forward in this connection together. It's almost like this masculine thought, it's like the kind of thing where it's like, when I get this amount of money or I get this job, it's like this masculine had some kind of deal in his mind, like some kind of condition of how he was going to move forward. But this was all very much for this masculine from like an ego-based space. This was like super ego-driven, like, before I can be loved or have love from this feminine, I need to have this, like it's like a successful career or this certain amount of money, or this thing in my life needs to change before I can allow in this love from my feminine. But in the process of waiting for that thing to happen that he wanted to happen from ego, he actually pushed away the feminine, or she reached like her breaking point or something. Again, this won't be for everyone. This could just be for one person. This is such a strange, like maybe the strangest message I've ever channeled. So let me know if that connects with you in some way. But then I hear him saying, it's like, I lost the very thing I wanted. And then the feminine kind of saying back, well, it didn't really look like you wanted this, or like you wanted me. It's like this very confusing energy. Yeah, then walking away came up in the upright position. Yeah, whatever this situation was for someone, again, I feel this could just be one person who is connecting with this reading. It's like, whatever happened where the masculine was making some kind of deal with himself from his ego or with someone else, or this was almost like, I'm wanting to say it's like this was a deal with the devil, but not literally. This wasn't like literally a deal with the devil. It's just that like he made some kind of, he set conditions on this love in some way. He turned this unconditional love into a conditional love, saying, when this, and this changes in the physical, then we can be together, then this can work out, or then I will move forward, then I will communicate. But then these things didn't happen the way his ego wanted them to, so he never really moved forward. So in a sense, this was a metaphorical, again, just a symbolic deal with the devil, because when he put conditions on this unconditional love. He pushed away the very thing he wanted. He pushed away the feminine. Yeah, it's like, why do I keep wanting to say it's like he sold the soul of this connection? That kind of selling your soul metaphor. Again, not literally. I'm not trying to incite fear. He didn't literally make a deal with the devil or sell his soul. I'm speaking metaphorically and symbolically. It's like he traded the true soul and heart and love of this connection for something that was very ego-based. That's like the message I'm getting. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like he made some kind of trade-off here, or it's like killing the golden goose, like destroying the very thing he wants because of some conditions created from ego. I know that's kind of a vague message. I'm trying to get more specifics, but it's such a weird energy. It's kind of hard to channel. The word folks came out, which can also mean family. So there could be something to do with family influence, or maybe he has a family made that he created or built with a karmic partner, like a third party, or this could just be like family influences who had some kind of impact on him or on this twin flame connection in some way. Also, the word news came out. Man holding a coin in the upright position. I'm going to read a little bit about this card. This could indicate a readiness to further your goals. Greater success is on its way when you take control and act. Yeah, I feel that this masculine, one major lesson he's learning is how to move out of this space of stagnancy. It's like not moving towards what he truly wants and desires, moving away from that space of inaction, which is very unmasculine. Like it's very, when masculine energy is damaged or weakened, that is what leads to this state of inaction, not moving forward, especially not moving forward on things that the masculine truly desires, or even self-sabotaging. And I do want to get into more specific messages about that soon. I know I haven't channeled much specifically so far about this self-sabotage, but this keeps coming up, so I am going to speak on that in a moment. But I do want to say, if you are this masculine who is feeling this almost like frozen in time kind of feeling like you aren't moving forward towards what you want, but you're feeling really stuck in a rut, this could be a sign that your masculine energy is blocked. So I do have a subliminal called the Awakened Divine Masculine that's really designed to clear out these blocks within you to radiating that strong, empowered core confidence that comes from having a very strong divine masculine energy. And the beautiful thing about healing our inner divine masculine or feminine, again, whichever label you resonate with, the beautiful thing about doing this within a twin flame connection is that the entire yin-yang balance of the twin flame connection hinges on this perfect, delicate balance of feminine and masculine energy. So when we, as either the feminine or the masculine, heal and balance this energy within us, our twin flame instantaneously feels and responds to these shifts in our energy. So the link to my two subliminals, both the Awakened Divine Feminine and the Awakened Divine Masculine, are in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Okay, so I want to speak, as I promised, to more about this self-sabotage. So how is this divine masculine potentially self-sabotaging, or how has he in the past self-sabotaged this love connection? Okay, the cards that came out were Man Holding a Heart reversed and fifth chakra, the throat chakra card, in the upright position. I am just going to read a little bit about this Man Holding a Heart reversed card. This could indicate a disconnect or even total shutdown regarding your emotional life. Okay, yeah, whether it's anger, grief, or utter bliss. You can be comfortable in the experience and expression of your emotions. So this masculine self-sabotaged because he was not connected with his own emotional experience, and because of this, he was not capable of expressing these emotions to the feminine, and she intuitively sensed this shutdown in their communication, especially regarding emotions, and this pushed her away. That is what I'm getting, the message I'm getting from this masculine. The words grandmother, Charles, and notes also came out in the love scramble, if that connects with you in any way. Yeah, door to romance reversed. This shutdown, this masculine's emotional shutdown was a kind of self-sabotage that closed the door within this connection. And it's like, because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself before I get the actual message, but I'm feeling like there was a reason he emotionally was disconnected from himself. And I want to get some information about that. So why was this masculine emotionally shutting down or incapable of fully connecting with his emotions? Where did this begin for this masculine? So the word measure came out, and for some reason I heard measure up, like I will never measure up. And I almost feel like this masculine could have been told by a parent that he would never measure up, or a teacher. So he projected this false sense of confidence, but truly within had a low self-worth, carried around this inferiority complex is what I'm hearing, because of things he was told. I'm hearing I feel like there was a father potentially who said things to this masculine when he was young about how he would never truly measure up, never be enough, something like that coming out. Why did this masculine shut down? Why wasn't this masculine fully connecting with his emotions? Yeah, caring connections reversed and financial constraints reversed. For some reason from this caring connections card, I literally heard I didn't feel worthy of caring connections. And with financial constraints reversed, for some reason, I didn't hear it as much connected to finances, but constraints. I felt bound to this cycle of low self-worth and insecurity, but I didn't want to show it. I was projecting this sense of confidence because I wanted to be that confident person that you needed. I wanted to make you feel safe, to make you feel like I was this confident, amazing, strong person. But inside, I felt so weak. And eventually, it's metaphorically, the floor fell through this connection. It's I'm just hearing it was all fake, all of that projected confidence, insecurity, it wasn't really how I felt on the inside. And eventually that caught up with me in some way. It's I was projecting so much false security, false confidence, false happiness that I totally lost connection with what I was truly feeling within. And finally, I just totally shut down emotionally. And I wasn't even showing you the positive emotions, the love, but it's because I wasn't connecting with the negative emotions. It's being disconnected from what I was experiencing negatively within myself that came from potentially childhood experiences caused me to totally disconnect from all of my emotions, even the positive emotions I was feeling towards you and toward this connection. Yeah, then the next card that came out is the Sun card in the upright position. For some reason, I see a masculine gazing upon this beautiful divine feminine from very far away. It's almost I always felt I was on the outside looking in, you were this goddess being and I wasn't worthy of you. And it's I'm so sorry for not being able to give you what I always knew that you deserved, not being able to, at the time, connect fully with what I was feeling both the negatives from my past that needed to be processed, as well as the amazing positive emotions of love that I felt toward you. I hope that kind of makes sense. It's a bit of a strange message. I do just now want to speak to this Divine Masculine's higher self. So we've spoken to what this Divine Masculine feels on a 3D level, but what does this Divine Masculine feel from a higher self perspective? And I'm actually going to pull a message or two from the Lover's Oracle. By the way, if you've been feeling either as the masculine or the feminine, a lot of these intense emotions coming up, because I am sensing that as this masculine learns to reconnect with the source of these negative emotions, to emotionally reconnect with himself, he's doing a lot of healing on the heart chakra center. And this is really where we process all of this emotional energy from the past and from the present. So if this is connecting with you as the feminine, you might actually feel your masculine's reconnection with his emotions as an increased emotional energy within yourself. So you might find yourself feeling really emotional completely out of nowhere, either intense love or intense sadness. And this can actually be a sign you are sensing the mirrored shifts that your masculine is feeling through the heart center. So if you are experiencing this, I would really recommend my Twin Flame Heart Chakra activation, because this is really designed to uproot and clear out all of these blocks within the heart center that cause a repression of emotion, that prevent this emotional connection with self, that then manifests emotional disconnection in the physical within this Twin Flame connection. So the link to this Twin Flame Heart Chakra activation is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. The card that came out from the Lover's Oracle is Manifesting Miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and follow its guidance. For some reason, I read this as your dream is still to become reality. Like, in spite of everything that happened, this dream you had for this connection, this vision you had for this connection, is still possible and will become a reality. It is still going to become a reality, potentially just not in the way that you planned. And that's been very thematic for these readings, kind of coming out over and over again. What else does this Divine Masculine want to say from a higher self level? The words support, see, and labor came out. It's like, I want to support you. I want to work for this, to labor for this connection. I want to move forward. I now finally see the truth of this connection. That's what I'm getting from these messages. I'm not feeling any more from the Lover's Oracle, so I am just going to go to some of the other love-related decks. So what else does this Divine Masculine's higher self want to say? Past life relationship. You've known each other before. I feel like this Divine Masculine's higher self, for some reason I heard him almost like laughing, just lighthearted, kind of reminiscing these past lifetimes with his Divine Feminine, which of course usually in the 3D we are very unconscious about, but it's like he's remembering all of these past lives. For some reason I heard in which we barely missed one another. I feel like, of course, as twin flames, we've lived many, many lives with our twin, but someone I'm connecting with specifically, it's like in many past lives, you were like ships passing in the night. It's like you would see each other once and immediately just, it's like feel this intense connection like nothing you had ever felt, and you would never forget it. You would carry that one glance within you for that whole lifetime, but that's all it was. But then all of those past lives were culminating to this point where you were strong enough and spiritually evolved enough on a soul level to be capable of connecting in a more profound way in this lifetime. And your masculine is just both reminiscing those past lifetimes and also thinking, how blessed are we to be able to experience this deeper connection in the physical in this lifetime than we've ever been capable of manifesting within these past lives before. Wow, very beautiful messages coming from this Divine Masculine's higher self. I just want to see if there are any final messages from this Divine Masculine. What else does this Divine Masculine's higher self want to say? So the card that came out from the Angel Answers deck is There's Something Better. And what I instantly heard is there's something better in store for us in the future than what we are experiencing now. It's like this storm won't last forever, kind of just circling back to that storm card earlier in this reading. So I feel like this is a really good place to close out these messages. I really hope that these messages connected with you in some way. And if they did, please be sure to leave me a comment below, share with me how these messages connected or if any of them reached you and connected with you personally. If I do resonate with you, please do subscribe to this channel, join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. All of the subliminals I recommended during this reading, which just to recap, these were 7 chakra clearing, the twin flame 7 chakra clearing, the awakened divine feminine and the awakened divine masculine, and the twin flame heart chakra activation. All of these subliminals are linked under this video, in the pinned comment, and in the description box. You can try out any subliminal I've created on my website, which is more than 100 subliminals for all areas of life, completely free when you create a free trial account on my site. Thank you so much for joining me here today in this reading. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.